¿Estás listo, güey?
¿Del agua no vas a pasar, güey?
¿Cómo que para qué? Efectivamente, güey. Yo soy Piña. Piña Express. Esto es Radio Paini. Cámara, estamos al aire. How's it going, Nick? Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Radio Paini Space Multiverse. How's it going for you today?
Good, man. We're in Columbus, Ohio tonight. Our show is at Scully's, and it's a beautiful day, and it's nice to be back in the home state. So I've no complaints, dude. Happy to be here.
Amazing, man. Thank you very much. I saw your post a couple of weeks ago, like a surprise. I don't want to say reunion because I don't think you ever guys like kind of officially like hang it up or like say anything about a hiatus or anything. It looks like me, like as a grown man now, like I was just a kid when I started listening to Hit the Lights. But now I think I can get live nuances. Everybody's getting married, everybody's having kids, people leaving to get different kind of jobs, like picking different careers. So that kind of thing probably got in the way, but I really respect that you guys held it up and you guys were like, okay, so let's hit the road again. What was like the catalyzer behind the decision to like get back in the room and start making music again?
Well, I mean, sorry to say, but it was the death of our guitarist Kyle Mate. Oh. He died in a car accident working, and he's a dude that's just forever baked into this band. But we got together for a benefit show for him. We like you said, things get in the way. We toured professionally for like 12 years. Kids started coming into play. Everyone was kind of burnt out on touring in the first place. Things just kind of start to separate you. And we never had our time to say, like, we should have, because we have not been very good at business. We should have been like, hey, these are our last shows and made some money off of it. But I think in our hearts we knew that, hey, when the time is right again, we'll get back together, because we're just, we're family. Unfortunately, what ended up being the catalyst of that was Kyle passing, us getting together, and just realizing how much we missed each other and how much we missed playing music together and stuff. So that's kind of what got the ball rolling. And then once we realized that everyone was kind of in it enough to commit to like going and like recording some new songs and stuff, it just kind of went from there. So, I wouldn't say we're back fully. We want to do things that are special and keep it special. And same goes with music, I don't want to just release songs for the hell of it. I want to release them because they're special to us, and hopefully that'll make it mean more to our fans too. So
it's pretty cool
for you, yeah.
Yeah, like it's really on brand for Hit the Lights, I think. Like growing up, I find you guys, like, it's a funny story in my side, I guess, because like I found you guys through like your own acoustic version of 100 Times. And then I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I was, like at the time I was like probably like 14 or 15. I was messing with like Never Shout Never, or that kind of like acoustic MySpace side of things. So I was like, oh, I guess Hit the Lights is just one of those dudes that I could pick it up, right? And then I just heard the full blown, like the full band version of it, and I was blown away. I was like, okay, this is the shit. This is what I want to go after. And then that's like, that kind of like delved into me discovering the whole record, like this one, like, this is a stick up, they're making a murder.
Yeah.
And it was really impactful, like being on my, like starting fresh in high school, like just starting to get to know like this scene of music, like getting into like not the heavy scene of it, but like, like guys like you guys who were like making bigger guitars and like super like fast riffs and really like clever guitar riffs. It actually got my attention so quick. So I was like really hooked from the beginning, and I've been following you guys through like all of your eras. Like I loved it, the Skip School Start Fights era. I loved the Invicta one, such an underrated era of your band, man.
Thank you.
And now I'm super happy to see you guys together, and I'm very happy to unfortunately there had to be some tragedy for you guys to actually have put things in perspective, right? And be like, okay, so like probably like life, it's super short. We might as well start doing things that are special, things that resonate with us. And me as an audience member, that's been with you guys like for like 15 years now. It felt really like close to home when I saw that post and you guys were like making it clear, like this is not a full-blown comeback. We're doing like some dates. We're making some special music that feels good and feels right for us. Yeah, I think it really resonates with me and your audience because it's something that's expected from Hit the Lights. Hit the Lights is usually this fun band. It's this band that doesn't take themselves too seriously, but always have like killer music. Like the DVD live, it's fucking amazing. You guys have this whole reputation of having this amazing live show, and it's something that really I can say, like, I've never been to a Hit the Lights show. I live in Mexico City. We should probably have you guys down here.
Oh, I know. And that's something we would definitely be super into exploring, you know, especially places we've never been before. We get, obviously, people hitting us up about Brazil all the time, too. We've heard nothing but awesome things about Mexico City, you know, Brazil, the Philippines, places like that where we haven't been yet. But yeah, to touch on like what you were saying, that's really, you know, I think a big part of Hit the Lights history was, you know, our live show. And like we grew up, you know, just playing floor shows in Knights of Columbus halls and people's backyards and stuff too. So, you know, from going to that and then going to, you know, Warped Tour stages and playing a lot bigger stages and stuff, I think we'll always still favor those smaller, little more intimate, you know, things, because that way we can kind of see, you know, what our music means to other people. And then that just kind of reflects back on us and makes it all the more special for us. You know, it's kind of a thing that becomes bigger than yourself. So I think in that way, we've kind of stayed a little more personal to people when it comes to like that music. Like when they think of us, they, you know, they can usually think of a time when they come and talk to us, you know, after shows or hung out or like done some back alley acoustic sets and stuff like that. That's something I'm really proud to say that, you know, so I appreciate you saying that. And I'm sorry we haven't.
Yeah. We'll probably make it happen. Yeah. If you guys keep going at it, I mean, we'll find an opportunity to do it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and cool things that you actually have stayed so true to your roots and so together, like it really feels like you guys are family and that you guys care about each other and that you guys are there for each other. I grew up like seeing your live videos, live sets, the live DVD, video clips of you guys on the road and just thinking to myself, like, dude, this would be so cool. Like if I could get like in a van with my guys and then just go ahead and tour the world, the country, whatever is in possibilities. And I wanted to share you and thank you for one of the most important, like my whole career revolves around music. Like I sing and play guitar for a pop punk band heavily inspired by Hit the Lights. Like our first record is just a rip off of Skip's Cool Start Fights. And thanks so much for the inspiration, man. And then one of our main shows, like the first time we grew up in a small town, the first time we came to play in Mexico City, well, not a small town, but it's like not the capital of Mexico. We grew up in Guadalajara, then we brought our act to Mexico City. The first night that we played a show in here, we were blown away. It was a sold out show, and we were driving back home, you know, like everybody was hyped. We were a little bit buzzed. Had that like high sold out small show, like a 200 people vibe in the room. And my guitar player, he's like so into Hit the Lights, and he was like, you know what, we have this is a special moment, let's make it more special. And we churn out like Count It. So we play Count It, which is a 1 minute song, for like 20 times in a row. And we were like, we had tears in our eyes, like, man, like we did see our crowds go bigger. We earned this. We're counting money from the show, and it's like, dude, this is like 2 months rent. We're fucking doing this. We're gonna be able to do it. So I wanted to thank you personally. I wouldn't miss this opportunity for the world to let you know how much you've touched people like around the world that you probably didn't even know about it. And it's a really big moment for us, and big moment for a whole community, and for like the music, independent music itself, to have Hit the Lights back. It's such a fresh air, a breath of fresh air, and I'm thankful to have you guys.
Thank you for taking the time to tell me that too. And you know, I will say, like I said, that's the kind of stuff, like the people talk just a lot about that, and they, you know, they give us the rundown of like what our music means, or like a specific time in their life when like a certain song was like, you know, was their anthem and stuff. And like I get it, because I have bands that I feel the same way about. So just knowing that like our music did that for other people is like, I don't know what else, you know, what else there is. That's everything to us. So.
Yeah, I consider that like the highest honor in music. Like that's the badge of honor. Like, dude, like you're able to accompany people in the same way that your favorite bands walk with you. That's amazing, right?
Absolutely. We couldn't ask for anything else. So I know we're all grateful. We're not, you know, that's always on our minds, you know, and I think especially getting back together and stuff like that, you know, we really appreciate the time we have together and the time that we have, you know, with people when we're playing these shows and stuff. You know, it doesn't go unnoticed. Like we're very conscious of that.
And you definitely come off as you're not taking it for granted, and we appreciate it as an artist, and as your audience. So, like with that being said, I wanted to introduce you like into the whole section. Like my whole channel revolves around music and recommending music, and this relationship that you actually build with your favorite records, your favorite bands, or just music in general. Like music is like air to us musicians, and I like to dig a little bit in what's some of the artists that you're jamming currently, some of the background and your musical history of that. So this section is called like Let's Build a Playlist, and I'm happy to have you here to build a playlist. So if you're up to it, we can go ahead and start. These are a list of 10 songs that I will compile, and you can tell me like, oh, probably like a short, long, whatever story that you can think about it with the song, or why the song's special, why the song you can pick it, why the song comes to mind after the question.
Yeah, absolutely. Down.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. So we're here with Nick Thompson from Hit the Lights, and we're going to start building a playlist. First, the first one is like you obviously came up, or that's how Hit the Lights came to my life. Is through I actually found you guys through Pure Volume, but it's I think MySpace was like a wider or a more mainstream kind of like social platform where bands like you were able to thrive and like get so many opportunities off of. Is there a band particular that you consider like MySpace heroes, or like a band that do you remember from those days that you were close, or that probably you didn't even know the guys and the band probably didn't end up happening or anything like it, but did you say like, oh, they had a special thing going, probably you liked the record, you liked the EP?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are a couple. Like Cartel is probably one of the biggest. But when they came out with the Ransom EP, I thought that was kind of blowing up on like Pure Volume, MySpace, and all that stuff. And I remember Omar and I like putting that EP on in his mom's car and driving and just being like we have to sound like this. Like, what is this? Like, this is insane. This is amazing. I'll never forget Cartel coming punching through with that. And then of course Chroma came along too, and they just blew everything out of the water from there. That, and then another big influence on Hit the Lights was a band called Race the Sun out of Richmond, Virginia. Yeah,
amazing band.
Yeah, and we got to tour with them just slightly once. They were a band that kind of came out of nowhere, just punched a hole through everything with their first record, and then they didn't really. I know they kind of got lost in like talking to labels and getting, just getting strung along, just like what the industry does, and really didn't give them a chance to shine. And it's such a shame because they're a massive influence on Hit the Lights, and still are to this day. And Jason, the guitarist, we actually have been working on new Hit the Lights tunes with him too. So it's been a nice. He came. Omar couldn't play our shows in Japan because he had a new baby boy, and we got Jason to come out with us too. So like even now, all that stuff, all those first bands that we loved still permeates our space. Like we still got them, and they're still a part of us, which is really cool.
It happens to me as well. Like that record, I had to search for the name of it, but it's The Rest of Our Lives Tonight. That's a fucking A record. Like I used to listen to front to back, and I always wonder, like, oh my god, where this band came from, what happened to them. Nice to have like a little bit of insight. Like the industry did what the industry does, and then they got less.
Makes you real sad. Kicks you, all that. But yeah, like I said, that record stands up to the test of time. We still listen to that thing all the way through. It's a no skip record, and it still hasn't lost its step. And even 20 years later.
And cool thing to see it permeating like the Hit the Lights legacy, in such a current way. Like the guitar player now being assisting you with new tunes, touring with you guys. That's what music's all about, and that's the most important thing that actually drove me as a teenager and now in my 30s, like a full-grown man, to continue to go to shows and to continue to try to find new bands, because I know how special these connections can be. Like these are bands that probably didn't get a chance to fully blow up or fully develop, but you actually fully developed like a personal relationship that's golden for like that matters in real life.
Yeah, but it's the funniest thing too. What's happening over and over now, I see it happening randomly on like TikTok and stuff, is like all these bands that had a song from like 20 years ago, that like just flew under the radar. All of a sudden it like blows up, and all it takes is just like one little viral TikTok moment, and all of a sudden these bands are like thrust into the public eye again. So I hope that that can happen for Race the Sun, and shit for Hit the Lights too. Who knows? We'll take it.
Hopefully you guys get your American football time, right? Like. Like, oh my god, like those guys were already like building families and they retired and it was like, okay, so the music is blowing up again. Let's play a festival in Japan and see what happens.
Yeah, talk to me. That's all it is.
Yeah. Let's pick it into existence once again. Okay, second song, man. Thank you so much. Or second band, like, what's a band that you've always wanted to go on tour? Probably you haven't had the chance, or probably you did, and close that circle. But a band that you consider like these guys will be like the most fun to go out on tour with.
I don't even know about most fun. They're probably, they're probably older and, they're seasoned veterans by now. But like Jimmy Eat World will always be a band that, all of us love. Are all in our top, 3 favorite bands. We've played festivals with them before. I've met Jim before, but like we've never toured with them. But that, I'm sure, if that ever came up, everyone would just flip their shit.
Nice. That's one of the best bands I've seen live. My band got to open for them here in Mexico City, and I was describing to my guys, like, dude, it feels like you're being like hit with a bat in the face. It's like a sound wall that hits you, like those, and it's like production value. It's like they probably have some lights, or like you don't even care about it. It's like, dude, they're wizards with their instruments.
Yeah, dude. I got to see the last time I got to see them. They were on tour with Incubus, which was a cool lineup. But they had like the street lights on their set. They just had like a bunch of street lights, like they were playing like on a street.
Oh, cool.
They played what's that song off of? It's like a don't put the baby in the corner or something like that. The one that's got just like the doom metal breakdown at the end, and just melted my face. I was like, I can't believe that Jimmy World's like melting my face with these Mastodon riffs right now. It's amazing.
Yeah, and then you get to meet Jim, and he's like such a well-spoken, like calm, collected dude. It's like, dude, you were so fucking aggressive like a minute ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Jimmy World is they're top tier. They always will be. They can write just mumble rap records for the rest of their careers if they want to. For me, like they can rest easy. They've cemented their place in my heart for forever and ever.
Amazing. Do you have like a special or a favorite song from them?
I have favorite records now. Like it's kind of like they're kind of like on the level like Deftones now. Like I love so much of their stuff now that it doesn't even matter. I can't. It's like having a favorite kid or something now. Like.
Yeah.
All these songs that after like I feel like when you're younger, it's easy to say, "Oh, my favorite band's this," my favorite record's this and stuff. And you just get older and like your catalog starts to build. Eventually, you just find that there's just a lump of these songs and records that are all like in the same place where it can't go any higher. You're just like you feel so much love for them, and so many records of theirs and songs are just in that spot now.
Yeah.
You can't. It's just a mess of love. That's all it is.
Yeah, I usually compare with like when people are like really passionate about their football team or something. It's like I get passionate about Jimmy Eat World. Like,
yeah,
I can wear my Jimmy World jersey and go out to the street, and that's it.
Yeah, you want to talk about random demos like done by like random producers like back in '97? Let's go.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, the era like before major labels got them. That's a cool Jimmy Eat World era with like the Christie Front Drive split and all that kind of stuff, right?
Absolutely. All their in between major label stuff that's happened, like they've got so much lore to them. It's awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah. Nice, man. Cool. Jimmy World will forever be one of the GOATs, man.
Absolutely.
Now, go hit like getting closer to home, I guess, a little bit. What would be like your favorite Hit the Light song to open live sets? Are you picking up like one for this particular run, or like just one that's your personal favorite to open with?
You know what? Like we try all kinds. We've tried different sets, but the one that seems to always just get people the fuck up is Breathe In. Yeah, we just started bringing Breathe In back into the like open up the set with it too. And as soon as like it hits, dude, everyone just
yeah.
So like it's starting off the set with so much high energy is a great thing. So Breathe In has always done that. I don't know what it is about the song. Maybe it's the riff or just like when it comes in with the boom, but it's just the old reliable.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, when the chorus drops it live, I'm sure it's like a main moment of the show.
That, and then our new track, Get Your Ass to Mars, has been really, really fun to play live. So that's been my favorite as of recently. I think everyone's too. Maybe it's because it's fresh, but there's just, there's like the big kind of riff energy and there's a lot of attitude to it. And like people are already singing along to it already. So it's cool. I'm a big fan. I can't wait to play it tonight.
No, it goes fucking hard, man. Like I really enjoy, like, as soon as I saw the artwork and I saw that it was called like Get the Rest of Mars, I was like, dude, this is classic. Hit the Lights. I can't wait. And then I was able to hear it on tour, and I was like, dude, fuck, this guy did it again. Like the energy, like the riffs, the closer breakdown at the end. It's such like a Hit the Lights vibe. I was so, I don't want to say like worried or like, but I was kind of like I had like an expectance, right? Like, okay, so these guys got back together. What's it gonna sound like, right? Like it's been so long, and of course, like it happened like Cyber and Edge and some other songs that were like you guys didn't actually left us alone all this time. Just didn't disappear, but there was a long time before we actually got new music from Hit the Lights. Is there a particular reason you guys went out, or well, probably there's a particular reason because it hit the hardest. But what's like was it one of the first songs that you wrote for this like batch of songs? How do you guys get this EP going?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like a idea that had been on the back burner since like 2020. And at the time, even there, like there's like some political like undertones in there overall. And I remember like saying to Omar, like I had this kind of idea, and I was like, do people even want to hear this kind of crap? You know, I feel like everyone's so tired of being, you know, everything's so politicized and stuff like that. But the funny thing is, you know, when we started working on it again, if anything, it's more relevant than ever.
Yeah.
You know, just how everything is. And I don't think that we're like trying to be too preachy or anything. I think if anything, we kind of come at it as like the cynicist that we are sometimes. And the older I get, just being a cynicist just gets so old, you know, just thinking so negatively all the time. It's like, you're always looking for some type of hope. And a lot of times I find that most of the people that I meet are great people and stuff. So I think that kind of keeps it alive. So in that aspect, going back to your question, this felt like, oh no, you there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I felt like this one for the first single made sense just because it was a little harder. It was a little different than what we'd done, but still hit the lights. And then kind of when we started working on all the other songs, they all kind of fell into place too, where all of them I feel like have a place, like you could put like one of these songs in like each one of our records, funny enough. And we didn't mean to do it like that. So whenever we're playing this EP for people, we play for a lot of people, see what they think. They all have different favorite songs. And I think it probably goes to like which era of Hit the Lights maybe you like a little better. But I just love the fact that there's no like definitive, like that's my favorite song. It's, you know, everyone's loves a different song. So I think it's a good sign too. So even if you don't necessarily like this one as much, I can guarantee you that we'll be releasing something you do like.
Hell yeah. Nice. Thank you very much for sharing that, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there like what would you say being up front, like in this like rooms filled with people screaming right back at you, what would you say is the song that gets people wilder? I Hit the Light song that gets wilder live.
Live, we like to play The Real, which is the track off Summer Bones, just because it's got so much energy when we play it. But Stay Out will always be a big one. Fucked Up Kids, everyone always likes to think the Haze.
Yeah.
And then a lot of our classics that we've been bringing back, like Speakers Blown is always a lot of fun. People go off for one. Body Bag, of course, people love.
Yeah. Save Your Breath.
Save Your Breath. Yeah, all of those have gotten like, for a while there, Skip School had taken over, and like I felt like a lot of people had moved on from the older stuff, but now with the nostalgia train rolling and people can now come to shows again and stuff, they're definitely super, super hyped up for Stick Up songs again, which I'm grateful for. So that's been fun to see in the last like year or so of coming back. It's like people just go ape shit for Stick Up now, sometimes more than Skip School. So I think that's pretty fun.
Yeah, I love it. I do. I definitely have both in me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Okay, now a little bit outside of the Hit the Lights universe, or probably like you guys have done your fair share of cover songs. But I like to ask you guys, like, what would you say? Do you have, or like better said, like we grew up in a scene that favors a lot the cover songs, right? Like it's usually like you sprinkle a cover here and there, or you listen one of your buddies' band, like, hey man, you fucking killed that cover. Have you heard like any covers recently, or do you have one cover in mind that you can say like, dude, I really like the original song, but these guys blew it out of the water?
Yeah, there's one in particular is the Starting Lines cover of I'm Real, the J-Lo song.
Oh, what?
It was from Pop Goes
Punk, like probably
like
2 or 3.
Rap or Pop Goes. It was like Punk Goes Crunk or something like
Punk
that.
goes crunk.
That might have been it, might not have been it. Either way, I remember like seeing the track listing and seeing Starting Line, and they were covering like I'm Real, and I was like, dude, like that's gonna be awful. And I heard it, and it's like will forever be one of my favorite covers that they've done. They completely changed the song around, but it's such a silly song, and the way they did it, I'm just in love with it. So I'll say that one. That one's probably deep for a lot of people, but I will always have that a special place in my heart for that one.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's amazing. I mean, in the Starting Line, it's like I'm glad to see them getting their flowers finally a thing. Like when this comeback, like people are actually starting to realize what I hope people actually start to realize about Hit the Lights. Like, dude, like there's so many bands that live under the influence of the Starting Line. In this like new generation, you name it, like the Knuckle Pucks, the Real Friends, the Story So Fars, all of this like kind of like bands that kind of blew up between like the 2010s and 2015. That I would like me from as an outsider here from Mexico City, listening all these bands, I was like, dude, like they like not a direct ripoff, but this is like directly inspired by the Starting Line, and I'm super glad to see them coming back. They're hitting with a new record. It's just a super fun time to be a fan of rock music, specifically like the pop punk or like the punk rock side of it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, you've seen that resurgence. You know, we've seen it firsthand too. And I think a lot of times it was, you know, for a while, especially at the end of our career there, you know, less people were coming to shows and stuff. And it's like a lot of people had kids and stuff. And like they were on that point in their life where they had to be home. They couldn't go out all the time. And recently, even as far as last year, going out with the early November, seeing all these people coming out and bringing their kids with them and stuff too, and saying things like, hey, you know, this is my daughter. Her and I don't agree on anything except for Hit the Lights and stuff like that. Yeah, that's magical, man. It's fun as hell just to see that. And you know, I think the last show we played a couple of nights ago too, there were 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds in the crowd too. You know, among like 45-year-olds. So it was really cool seeing just the breadth of fans that are coming out now. It's awesome.
Yeah, nice. And people actually like going through like I like to call it their second puberty, right? Like I mean, starting your 30s, it's like a little your taste starts to develop a little bit differently. Probably your friend circle starts to change. Life gets in the way. People gets married. Like all of these things happen, and then like it's not until like you're fully well into your 30s that you can start to get a grip on life again. Like, okay, wow, the 20s were like a super fun roller coaster, but now it's time to go back to the things that I know that I like, and definitely like Hit the Lights is probably one of the ones that I can come back to. Like I go out running or I jump rope in the mornings. And usually it's the stick up mortar for me, the one that does it, right? Like I just go in the morning and I'll do it. And it's like, dude, I can't believe it's been 20 years and this shit sounds like so magical still.
Yeah. You know, credit to Zach and Ken, who mixed the record, because while like, dude, no other records sound like that record as far as guitars and stuff go. It's got this round, bright sound to it that we certainly wouldn't pick nowadays, but like, it's a staple for that record. I don't know any other records that sound like that. So
yeah, I don't either.
Good to them. They truly like mixed a record that doesn't sound like anything else, especially during that time when there was, you know, you could easily kind of snap into that that genre and, you know, kind of switch out bands. Like I know if I hear those guitars, I know exactly what I'm listening to. Yeah,
it's super good. Like talking into production value, like one of my all-time favorite records throughout the board, it's Invicta. And I wanted to ask you specifically on it because it looks like like the production value on it, it's amazing. It's incredible. Like the songwriting, it's top tier. Like I truly believe you guys were like on your one of your A game, right? Like you've always on your A game different records, but that you picked one. you picked like a kind of sound that resonates deeply with me, and it's like a little bit more. There's a lot more layers, I want to say. Like there's synthesizers, there's like a lot more harmonies in your voices. So what was I want to say like the train of thought behind it? I think like to me it felt like you guys were like, okay, so we know the breakdown stuff, like, you know, like we know we put on an amazing like live show, what if we do like the fucking biggest record we can? And it feels like a bigger than life record at sometimes. You have a lot of references, space in it. You have a lot of like based in feeling more than like, it feels like a fever dream at some point. So like, is that right? Is it like, were you guys aiming for like this higher production value on it?
Yeah, well, like it's the reason that record kind of came out how it did is because we signed to a major label. We signed to Universal, and we spent about 3 years. They put us in with different songwriters and stuff like that. And really, and this is just how the industry works. You know, like we weren't signed because we sounded like Hit the Lights. We were signed because we were selling records. So, you know, once you get into that machine, you know, they want to put you to rock radio and stuff. But rock radio doesn't really play a whole lot of, you know,
breakdowns.
Pop. Yeah, they're not playing that. So they would take us in, and you know, we'd write, and we started out writing, you know, Hit the Light songs that would easily be a continuation of Skip School or Coast to Coast EP. You know, and then it'd just be like, nope, keep going. They'd put us in, you know, like they give us references like Foo Fighters or Amberlin was, I think, kind of the closest to us at the time.
Wow.
Well, radio, 30 Seconds to Mars. So we were trying to find our place and what could be played on rock radio, you know. And at the time, I think the closest we could really find was like 30 Seconds to Mars and maybe Amberlin. But we were really pushing ourselves to just get outside of our box at all. We were searching for a new place to go to get that okay to do the record. What ended up happening was I think the president got fired, and we were able to get let go of our record deal, which honestly, kudos to them for doing that. You know, we could have been stuck.
Doesn't happen too that often.
Right. But so after we got done with that, we signed with a label, and Razor and Tide, to their credit, they let us do whatever we wanted. But at that time, we had worked so hard at trying to write these different songs that just going back to our old sound wasn't something we could do. You know, we had come so far as people and as songwriters. So we went in, we were originally going to go in with a producer named Aaron Sprinkle, who'd done records with Acceptance, a ton of bands that we fucking love. That ended up falling through last minute, and we had done a demo with Machine, who's an incredible producer who's done like Lamb of God, 4 Years Strong. His credentials are just pages and pages. But we also, at the same time, we had like Omar and Dave loved the production on like brand new records and stuff. So there was Mike Sapone, who did, you know, Taking Back Sunday, brand new, a lot of like the Long Island.
You know, like New Jersey.
Yes, yeah.
My Chemical Romance.
Yep. So with that, we ended up splitting the record, doing half with Machine and half with Mike Sapone. So Machine would get kind of the bigger rock sound records that we were going with. That was kind of like, you know, songs that could be played on like an NFL commercial or something like that. You know, we were going for like the big arena, the boom, boom, cha. You know, that was our kind of vision for that. And then at the same time, we would go in with Mike Sapone and do kind of these more spacey, more, you know, open concept songs that, you know, some of those concepts are really, really heavy things that we kind of got into too. And he was able to bring in, you know, there was no auto tune on any of that stuff. You know, it was all those pedals and stuff are they're all analog. It was, you know, all a very real record made. So
man, you killed it with the vocals there.
Yeah, he ran me hard.
That's what a good producer does.
Yeah. But so that's kind of how that record came out like that. Machine ended up mixing everything too, to kind of put like a blanket of sheen to make it a little more cohesive, I guess, too. But that's kind of why you get the hills and valleys of that record, and, you know, different, like you said, very like almost fever dream like parts of it and stuff, because we were going for it. We were just, you know, it's our Hit the Lights on Weed record for sure. And we just, you know, I understand why some people didn't connect with it, you know, after 4 years and coming out with that, when we didn't have really a chance to come up with a record after Skip School. That wasn't what a lot of people for and Hit the Lights, and I completely understand that. It's just, we just couldn't go back at the time, you know. And that's why you get a record like Summer Bones after that, where, you know, we got that out of our system. It's like, okay, now let's just make a really fucking fun record that'd be fun to play live. And, you know, we didn't have to worry about a thing because we didn't even know if we'd make another record. So that's kind of like the why Invictus stands out among the others, is because just there's so much energy and time and emotion went into, you know, into that production. So
yeah, a lot of external factors
Yep.
came to play other than just let's make a head-to-live records.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. This is so interesting to me.
Yeah, I'm glad you're interested in it too. Like I said, you got me talking. I hope I'm not fucking being too much.
Not at all, man. Not at all. This is like one of my favorite things. Like to be able to find these little nuances and things and records that have been a big part of my life. Like now I'm getting to know. Like yeah, I mean it's always stand out as a different kind of record from Hit the Lights, but it's definitely one that I can blast in when I'm like with my wife or with my friends who are now like as pop punk adepts or as connoisseurs as me. I can just go ahead and put like any song of Invicta and they will be like, oh, that's a really cool record. So it's one of that really that stands at the test of time. Radio rock, talking about it from a radio rock standpoint instead of like a Warped Tour pop punk like era, right?
Sure, absolutely. I'm glad you enjoy it. I enjoy that kind of stuff whenever bands I love are talking about their favorite records too. Like getting some insight in it, it's always really cool to hear.
Yeah, and do you feel like any like kind of any type of way about the record like 13 years later?
I mean, I've always been proud of that record. I understood why some people didn't like it. Nowadays, I hear a lot of people, every single show, people come up to me and say how much they love Invicta. I think right now we play like Gravity off of it. But they asked about incorporating more songs, and it's just cool to hear. It's certainly something we can do, but I had a feeling that maybe as people got a little older, that going back to it, maybe it would hit a little differently. And I think that's what's happening in a lot of ways.
Yeah, probably if you're a 16 kid that already like it's just like give me another breakdown, it wasn't gonna make the cut. But like me as a 30-year-old guy, it's like, dude, the fucking production value, as you mentioned, is like 30 seconds to Mars level shit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we were going for too. So, and we did get on a couple NFL commercials and stuff. So,
hell yeah.
And
then you got
regards.
You got the ESPN synchro then with Summer Bones, right?
Yeah, exactly. We have the
extra
stuff with Summer Bones. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, now from talking about this resurgence, I want to say like this revival of the pop punk. Have you seen any like up and coming bands that you're excited about? Like, is there a particular band that catches your eye right now?
Yeah, this band Millington. I believe they're from Pennsylvania. We get to play with them at the upcoming 4-chord pre-show. Very reminiscent of kind of like old school Newfound Glory. Especially in the vocals and stuff, he sounds like really great Jordan Pundik, but really great riffs and choruses and stuff. And then they add horns in. Yeah. Just that brings back to like almost like Real Big Fish kind of rock horns, not necessarily like a lot of ska. They do have a little bit of that in there, but they do kind of their own thing and they do it very, very well. So I'm excited to see them live in a couple of days. There's also a band from the UK called Beauty School that we got to play with over in the UK with the Starting Line. And I just became aware of them just because we were playing that show with them, and their whole, I don't know, just go down their Spotify page. It's just bang after bang after banger. I'm such a big fan of them too.
Is it the one called like Beauty School Dropout?
So Beauty School Dropout is from Los Angeles.
Oh, it's a different kind of band.
Yeah, this is just Beauty School.
Okay. Beauty School UK, I'm going to make a note in here.
They're great. They're awesome. Highly recommend them.
Cool. And Millington, I didn't even know they were younger guys. I think Jon Feldman is involved in it some way.
Maybe
probably he produced the song or something.
I don't know. Whatever, it's great. Stuff sounds great. Songs are great. Just a nice, fun, high, like summer vibe the whole time. It takes me back to like Real Big Fish's like Why Do They Rock So Hard record and stuff sometimes. But with that tinge of like golden era Newfound Glory too, that I'll always be a sucker for.
Yeah, same. Okay, now is there one band? Probably it's super hard to pick one of them because most of them usually are your very close friends. But is there a particular band that opened for a Hit the Lights headliner? I mean, we're talking to you guys toured professionally for like 12 years. Among those tours, you probably headline a bunch of it. Is there one particular band that stand out that you were like making a point to see every night, or like, oh man, I missed this guy's sets?
I mean, the receiving end of Sirens will always be a band. I don't even know if we were probably opening for them most of the time, but they were a band that they had great records, dude, but just seeing that band live, the energy was just otherworldly. It just hit you. They just had this wall of sound. 3 guitar players, just double kick all day, like super talented musicians. That As Tall as Lions were just amazing songwriters. Dan, who went on to, he's producing Chapel Roan, and he's got so many #1 hits now and stuff too.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah, that band, he was obviously such a gifted songwriter. That band never got the credit that they deserved. They should have been on tour with Coldplay and not hit the lights. But as of recent, we just did a little headlining show for a beer that we brewed with Brick City Brewing in New Jersey, and the band Latewaves. We played a couple shows with them. Fantastic band from around that area, and then In Angle too. Great band, insane guitarists, really cool song arrangements. That's as of recently, but yeah, the lists are pretty long on that one.
Pretty cool, man. It's so cool to see you so tapped in the community of it, and actually having like a responses, like so many responses on top of your head means that you actually are in it for the good reasons, right? Like you're in it for the relationships. You take it.
Dude, you know how it is when you find that new artist for a little bit too, like that's the best buzz ever. You know, that's a drug on itself when you're finding like that new artist that you're into. So I'm always chasing that dragon, dude.
Same. I'm always chasing that high of like, oh my god, this is such a banger, great song, and then you click on the artist that's like 2,000 monthly listeners, like fucking yeah, like nobody knows about it.
And it's so easy the older I get, it's so easy to fall into my favorite bands over and over again. So I always try to make an effort to, especially if we're playing festivals or anything like that, check out all the names on there, see if there's anyone I want to check out and stuff too. Just because, it's so much fun finding those new bands.
Yeah, and probably it's gonna be like those festivals gonna be like the last time you like have a chance to catch their set live.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Now moving on. We're almost done. Like I know I'm taking your time a little bit in here, but we're getting into the last part of it.
I'll take all the blame for that. We're all good.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Is there like, now that you guys are on the road right now, is there a record that you're spinning right now while on the road? Probably something you drop in the van or like listening in flights.
Like Omar has, he'll make these playlists for the road when we go out, and it'll just be a playlist of like all songs that like we used to rock back in the van, like back in the day, like CDs day and stuff. So like yesterday he had, or maybe it was Anthony playing, but they were just playing just anything from Race the Sun, Set Your Goals, Just Surrender, Newfound, the Coming Home record we're listening to, old school bands,
underrated,
like
Newfound Glory record.
Yeah,
the Coming Home.
Yeah, I love that record. That one also was not appreciated. We got to tour with them on that record, and they were so bummed because the audience reaction was so kind of tepid on it, and it was such a bummer to see, because it's like, no, you guys did great. That record is phenomenal, front to back. Easily, I think it's my second favorite Newfound record of all time. But yeah, so I think Race the Sun, Punchline has a new record coming out. All of their new songs coming out are great. We've been listening to those. What else? I was trying to think what else was on that playlist yesterday.
These are all huge names. Like Just Surrender was like particularly one of the bands that I packaged in my mind with Hit the Lights. Like I just saw you guys in so many flyers. Like I didn't even know what you guys looked like because it's all just like flyers and CD covers. So it was like, okay, so like it sounds to me like they must be friends. Right?
Yeah, they were some of our best friends. Still are. Still keep in touch with those dudes too. Love them to death. Those guys, Valencia. We'll rock Valencia all day, all night.
Amazing band.
Forward too. Yeah, I think that's some of the stuff we were rocking yesterday. Some of it escapes me now. But yeah, Omar does a really good job of making playlists, and it's like hearing those songs we haven't heard since like 2004. The Matches, we were listening to The Matches the other day. Wow. Yeah,
it's all those songs like, and I love the vibe. Like you mentioned Valencia. Like if you listen to right now, like The Space Between, and somebody told you like this shit is on the radio, you'll be like, yeah, of course. Like it's an amazing, like all the, like this could be a possibility record from Valencia. I listen to it to this day, and it's like almost 20 years off it, and still it's holding up.
Oh, dude, I remember the first place I was in a van outside of a venue in Long Island, and I heard The Space Between, and I was immediately like, what the fuck is this? Like, who's this dude? Who's this voice? Like, it was such a, like you said, you remember where you are when you hear certain songs for the first time, and like that's one that sticks out in my mind crystal clear.
Yeah. And Shane's voice is definitely like above average, like especially in a time when all the bands were trying to like chase a specific sound. You will stumble into a band like that and be like, holy shit, like this, like the bar can be like raised a little bit more.
Absolutely. And they were a band that came in, they put out 3 just incredible albums and then just left. And I was like, damn, dude, didn't get nearly enough credit they deserve.
Yeah. Always sad to see, but it's always like good to connect with other people and like have this or speak out loud the impact of this band. Like, yeah, like this band shaped my full personality. Like I became the person I became today by listening to you guys' record, to all of these bands' records. So it's like I think it's like a healthy thing to do for like our human development, to acknowledge that even though this bands didn't happen on the mainstream, or it didn't happen like for everyone at the same time, it's still something that happened really intensely in our lives.
Yeah. And, it's not to discount, the amount of success they did have either. We always think like, oh, they didn't quite make it. Like, yeah, they didn't get on the radio. They didn't fucking sell out arenas, but like, they played
Japan, they played Australia. They
so much more than so many people get to do, anymore. It's hard for people to get 1,000 plays on Spotify, let alone go to a different country where people are singing the songs you wrote in your parents' basement. So I'm not trying to downplay that either, because they were, in that sense, massively successful for sure.
Same. Yeah, exactly. That's very well said. Okay, man. And now, just to let you go, I'd like to see if you have like what would be like a hit the lights curveball song, like a song that you were just kind of like playing with it, or it probably was just a demo that you didn't even intend to become a hit the lights song, and then you kind of show it to the guys and they were like, okay, this is something that we can fuck with a little bit. Is there a song like that in your catalog?
I'd say if it was going for like curveball, it'd probably be the last track on Invicta. Oh My God.
Oh My God.
Yeah, which that was like just like a little Kevin idea he had, where he was just, super reverbed and delayed out guitar, just doing that little rake, and then take it into just the fucking wailing, screaming, haunting end track that, if you heard that somewhere, you would never think it's Hit the Lights. And I was always really proud of that. I think we ended up having Vinny from Brand New come in. I think he played the delay guitar and stuff on that too.
Shit,
and
cool.
Something really cool. Yeah, just a very haunting song that I forget about sometimes, and then I hear it and it's like, dude, no one would ever think that's me singing or that's Hit the Lights if you didn't tell them.
And there's just like this whole vibe of despair around it, right? Like it's really like an oh my God cry for help, it seems like.
Oh my God, I found hell in you. That's heavy as shit. Yeah.
Heavy as shit. That's pretty cool, man. Thank you so much for sharing all of this, man. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. Is there anything like can you like do the plugs right now? Like let's are you guys will be on tour? When's the new EP coming? Is there any like future plans for Hit the Lights right now?
Yes, so we'll be on tour for the rest of the week here, all the way to the 14th. Today we're in Columbus, tomorrow Cleveland. The next day, right around the Pittsburgh area for 4-chord pre-show, then Towson, Maryland, and then we finished off in Jersey with Cetricals and Homegrown. Until then, that's all we have planned for now, but we do have the EP coming out. It drops November 21st. We'll be dropping little songs in the meantime there. We've got a little piece of documentary that we're slowly releasing too. Plenty of Hit the Lights coming, and I will say that we're not done. So just keep your eyes peeled, and you'll definitely see some more Hit the Lights this year and the next for sure.
We really appreciate it, man. And me, I mean, I can talk about all at least your Mexican part of the audience. Like, we should really get Hit the Lights going in Mexico City sometime.
Yeah, we're definitely in the place now where we want to make sure we're doing things we haven't done before. And yeah, just coming down, getting to hug some Mexicans. I'd love that. Bring it on.
Exactly. And we'll scream out in your face and point at the ceiling.
That's all we want, dude. We're very simple guys.
Yeah, appreciate you, Nick. Thank you so much. And obviously, we can check all this new music and Hit the Lights band. Is it the Instagram?
Yeah. Hit the Lights for Instagram, all that. You can just go to htl.band if you want all the links. But yeah, come say hey, give us a follow, and I said more to come.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much, Nick, for doing this. And then we'll see you around.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Let me just go ahead and stop the recording just to make sure I save it.